walks down, try to limit the amount of hits. He's had a rough go of that so far this year. Let's see if he can turn it around in this one.
These Phillies, as they enter play here tonight, fellas, they come in scuffling a bit of late, just 2-4 over their last 6 games.
Yeah, Matty, I know they lost their last game, but you know as well as I do, in this sport, you have to have short-term memory. You have to let it go. They can get it going back in the right direction today.
Slider, strike 3 called as the leadoff man is set down looking to open up the ball game.
He's not going to feel good about that at bat, nor should he. You have to want to swing the bat, but he just stood there and looked at 4 straight pitches. Hopefully, we'll see him get a little bit more aggressive next time.
He'll enter play here at 293. 13 home runs, 27 driven in. Time to take a look at the umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Mike Fillmore.
Hey, you know, D-Roll, Mike Fillmore, he'll give a little bit off the edges, but he gets the respect not only from the pitchers, but from the players because his zone is consistent.
Yeah, as long as he's consistent, Dan, I'm okay with Mike Fillmore's zone. If a pitcher's pounding that zone, he wants to give a little bit off the outer edge, I'm okay with that.
And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. And there's a look at his home and road splits so far this year. Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1. Coming down in buckets, cats and dogs. Insert metaphor here, and the forecast is not showing any signs of relief.
You know, one of the big issues is players.
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. Standing in, Odubel Herrera. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Phillies, the center fielder.
Towards second. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
Batting second, the second baseman, Brad Miller.
Standing in, Brad Miller, hoping to stay hot. He had a couple of hits, including a home run yesterday. Here comes the first pitch. Fouled away. According to the career numbers on the back of his baseball card, Miller has a slugging percentage a little over .425, a respectable number. High and deep to right center. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Batting third, the third baseman, Alex.
First offering on its way. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Phillies down on just 4 pitches. We are still scoreless. Back in Philadelphia for the second, and Heidi Watney has an update for us on the weather forecast.
Well, Matt, the grounds crew members that I talked to prior to the game said the weather we're experiencing right now is expected to move on as the game progresses. They said they'll put extra effort into keeping the field dry until this rain dies down. But despite it being a little wet at the moment, we should get this one in uninterrupted.
Let's hope, Heidi, for all of our sake, that Mother Nature takes that front and passes it through without an incident. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. Coming to the plate now, Wilson Contreras. He comes into play with a batting average in the respectable 270s. He's ready. Here's the first offering. No score here as we play inning number 2. Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1. And that misses. 2-1.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. Good pitch, but if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
3-1 to him now. High in the air down the right field line. On the move is Harper, and he makes the catch in the corner.
Batting sixth, the shortstop, Javier Baez.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and with it comes Javi Baez to the plate. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. in the air to center. Chasing after it is Herrera. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the inning. Cubs are down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Last half of the second set to go, and now it'll be the catcher, JT Realmuto.
The catcher.
First pitch of the at-bat.
Realmuto.
Fouled off. A 1 pitch on its way. Now that's popped up. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
I know that has to be frustrating from a pitcher's standpoint, but nice execution, nice hustle. Bottom line, nice hustle. Pitcher's still one good pitch away from getting a double play.
You know, D-Roll, one of the things you want to do is make quality pitches as a pitcher, and there's not much you can do right there. You make a pretty good pitch, and the next thing you know, you have a leadoff single on an infield ground ball.
Mills has made a name for himself as a starter that simply misses the barrel of the bat. He rarely allows a large number of hits, and he does a pretty good job at keeping the ball in the ballpark when the hitters do make contact. Gregorius, also known as Sir Didi around the game and in the Netherlands. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
And Bryce Harper will dig in at the plate. Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they enter this one off a loss after winning 5 of 7 prior to that.
Yeah, guys, after the first 4 games on this road trip, they find themselves 2-2, kind of par for the course. But they got to find a way to play a little bit better today, kind of turn the tide and get it working in a positive direction.
And he fouls this one off. Bottom of the second here with no score. Oh, and you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
Batting average down in the low 210s. 18 homers and 25 driven in. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Check swing in the dirt, but he went around. Contreras corrals it, and that ends the inning. So next to bat will be the left-handed hitting Jock Peterson. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the 3rd after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Now a swing and a miss at a slider for a strike. And he got him.
He's looked great on the bump the first few innings of this game, and I think his ability to change speeds effectively has been a big reason why. That was a good change of speed for the strikeout there, and I've seen a lot of hitters look pretty off with their timing so far.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Cubs to this point have yet to break into the hit column. High and deep to right center. Back goes Harper to the track, and this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. Chris Bryant leaves the yard with a solo shot. 8th home run on the season for him, and the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Only the first hit of the night, but it was a big one. He absolutely punished that mistake, and you have to wonder if that will open the floodgates a little.
So now to the plate, Alec Mills, as he'll take a changeup here for strike one. On he pops it up. Hoskins in foul ground, but this will land untouched. One out, nobody on. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
Every pitcher gives up home runs, some more than others, but the best ones forget about them as soon as the next guy digs into the batter's box. He showed me a lot right there by going after the next hitter and striking him out on only 3 pitches.
Nico Horner is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. Ground ball left side, and that's through for a hit.
Sometimes you need a little luck. Sometimes you need to get a ground ball with eyes. And that's exactly what happened right there.
No balls and a strike to count. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Right side, but it's well foul. Hayward, or often just J-Hay. He was a first-round pick back in the draft of 2000. Meanwhile here, this is going to be trouble out there in left center, as it ought to be good for extra bases. He pulls into second safely, as also on the play a run comes across to score.
Up next to the Cubs.
Definitely an aggressive approach here, down 0-2 in the count. Instead of shortening his swing and protecting the plate, he takes a big rip and is able to drive it deep for a couple of bases and an RBI.
And he falls behind 0-2. Hard hit ball to second. Miller's got it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Bottom of the inning now, and next to bat will be the outfielder, Matt Joyce.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started. This lineup is flailing right now. They're having a hard time just making contact, let alone putting the ball in play.
And it's fouled away. Joyce, once an Atlanta Brave, he became a member of this team after signing as a free agent earlier this season.
Yeah, he didn't have an opportunity to really get acclimated to this ball club. Showing up during the season is not always easy, opening the doors to a big league clubhouse and trying to get to know your teammates. The best way to get to know them is to go out and produce.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Here's a little chopper up the middle. And that's the first out. And with that, we give you a look here at what's happening in the race in the National League Central. Now at the plate, Brandon Kinsler. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for the first strike.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
And it's quickly 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And a swing and a miss here, and that's about what you'd expect from a pitcher, I suppose. There are 2 away. In now, Odubel Herrera, 0 for 1 here in the early going. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
1-0.
Jeez, finally. That's the first ball they've taken all night. Do it again, I dare you.
The 1-0. Fouled away. The 1-1 home. Hit out towards second. And oh, the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and he'll reach it first.
Yeah, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step 1, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, D-Roy, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Herrera leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. That evens it up 1-1. From the belt, the pitch. In the dirt here, and he'll rein it in as the count moves to 1-2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Trying to pick up that outside corner, but this misses, and it's back to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lifted out towards straightaway center field. Hap will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. Phillies strand 1. All set for the start of the inning, and here comes the first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Herrera on the run. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Contreras.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Wilson Contreras is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
If he doesn't shorten his swing up right there, there's no chance he keeps his bat back.
And an offline throw, but he just does get back to the bag for the putout.
The batter, number 9, shortstop, Javier.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and into bat next the versatile weapon Javier Baez. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Lays off again, and it's 2-0. Baez has all the necessary skills to play great defense on the left side of the infield, and it makes him really fun to watch. He can pick it with the best of them. And the center fielder is under it to make the catch, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th, and standing in is the rookie third baseman, Alec Bohm.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
Fouled off. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he fouls this one off.
Hey, 3 foul balls in a row right here, searching for that put away stuff.
Another 0-2 coming. And it's fouled away.
Hey, have an AB right here. I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these pitches off, maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
And did he hold up in time? A look down, and no, he went around at strike 3.
Now batting, catcher.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And in steps the catcher, JT Realmuto. Fouled away. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Swung on and hammered. No doubt about this one. Watch it fly. Gone. JT Realmuto with a solo shot. Number 21 for him on the season. And the Phillies have cut the lead in half. It's now a 2-1 game.
I know hindsight's 20/20, but you can't throw that pitch to that guy. Don't forget, he homered yesterday. So you know he's locked in and ready to roll up there. We'll see if he learns from that mistake.
So now to the plate, Didi Gregorius. This will chase one up around the letters here for strike one. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Nope.
Not the best changeup there, an easy take. A little roller toward the hole. And there are 2 away now.
Now batting, right fielder.
Now at the plate, Bryce Harper looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Gotta find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
Line shot to second, but it's caught and the side is retired. But the Phils draw a bit closer thanks to this solo home run. We played 4. It's the Cubs 2 and the Phillies 1. All ready to go in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Jock Peterson. Into center field, line drive base hit.
The batter, the third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Here's Chris Bryant now, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He homered back in the 3rd inning in this one. And there he goes towards second. This is foul right side. 5th inning, 2-1 our score. And here's a slider, strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
That's what you call clipping the outside corner. Great movement on that slider, and it completely locked up the hitter. Didn't fool the umpire, though.
And they'll just tag him out along the first base line.
The batter, number 2. Second
Digging in once again, Nico Horner, runner in scoring position with Sugan. Chopper to short. He's right there. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. 1 left for the Cubs, as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I talked with Philadelphia's manager during the break about the Phillies' offensive production to this point. And he mentioned they need to show a lot more patience with their at-bats moving forward. He told me that they've been way too aggressive on the first pitch of the at-bat. And while he doesn't necessarily condemn that if it's leading to hits, that's clearly not the case right now. Over 80% of their at-bats have started with a swing on the first pitch, and a lot of those have resulted in swinging misses or outs, guys.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Fouled off. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
If I'm in the box, you take a step out right here. Take a deep breath after that high fastball. You got to be leery of him burying something in the dirt.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
That's his 2nd strikeout of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if a coach finds him in the dugout and gives him a little talk about shortening up and putting the ball in play. Good things tend to happen when you do that in these kinds of conditions.
Here's Matt Joyce now, as he'll pop this one foul off to the left and out of play. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
He hasn't thrown that pitch much all game. I got to believe as an offense, you just got to throw that pitch away and move on to the next one.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2 is an off-speed pitch taken for a ball.
Well, he kind of got caught chasing the first 2 pitches out of the strike zone. But I think he's caught on to their game a little bit right now. 2 tough pitches that he took with 2 strikes, and now the count is 2-2.
Throw gets him. 2 down. Andrew McCutchen will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
He's hitting for the Phillies. Number 22, Andrew
Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit. He'll start play with that average down in the low 230s. 9 homers and 16 RBIs. Hit the other way out toward right field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Both teams. David Hale will come on in relief now as he'll make his 10th appearance of the season. Here's Jason Hayward now. First pitch of the at-bat.
You could bet he wants that one back at the plate right now. That's a pitch you normally see a guy drive if he has the right approach going.
Again, he sends it out of play. And a big swing by Hayward, but this is on the ground to second. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
The center fielder, number 8.
At the plate, Ian Happ. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Breaking ball that's cut on and missed for the first strike. 0-2 now as a curveball drops in there for a strike. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. And this is swung out and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 6th inning. So here's the cleanup hitter, Anthony Rizzo. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. No balls and 1 strike. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
Nope, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Low scoring game thus far, 2-1 here in the 6th. A ball and 2 strikes to Anthony Rizzo. Still 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Cubs are down in order. They still lead it 2-1. Odubel Herrera to the plate now. And at this point of the game, I think it's clear that the plan of attack against the top of the order has worked.
Well, when you've only surrendered 1 hit to the top 3 guys in the order up to this point in the game, you know you're doing something right, Matt. You're spot on. Whatever they discussed coming into this game has worked out beautifully.
Swung on, and this ball is absolutely crushed. Forget about it. Out of here, into the visitors' bullpen. A solo home run here off the bat of Odubel Herrera. Number 21 for him on the season, as the Phillies have come back to tie this one at 2.
Pitcher making a move his feet right there. Probably upset him a little bit. He dug right back in, didn't lose his toe hold, and absolutely clobbered that pitch.
The batter, number 15.
At the plate, Brad Miller. As he connects on the first pitch with a fly ball to center. Happ is right there, 1 down.
Now batting, third baseman, Alex Bohm.
Digging in, Alec Bohm. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the 2nd out.
Now batting, the catcher.
So striding forward now, JT Realmuto. He's off to a fast start in this one, 2 for 2, including a home run.
We all know this guy's a real good fastball hitter. We saw how far he could hit one. He got a fastball that he liked, and he turned that thing around, and it got out of here in a hurry.
And he is into second with a double, his 3rd hit of the night. Well, they were having their troubles with his heater early, but not this time.
Yeah, after a while, the good hitting team is going to start catching up on that hard stuff. You can see that he tracks this thing all the way and just rips it to the wall. He's in the 2nd with a double.
Here's Didi Gregorius. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. Hit down the line at first. Comes set. The 0-1.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing and a miss on this next pitch.
And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. But the Phils have come back to tie it thanks to this solo home run. The 5, 6, and 7 hitters to start the 7th, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. And we're back from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And he told me he'd like to see a lot more aggressiveness in their at-bats the rest of the game. Too much of the time, they're finding themselves in disadvantage counts like 0-2 and 1-2. And that's basically never a formula for success. He said they're getting a lot of strikes to swing at, so the emphasis the rest of the game has to be to jump on those strikes early in the at-bat.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Wilson Contreras is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. 0-2 count and the pitch.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off speed.
Swing and a miss there as the breaking ball takes care of him for the first out.
I'll tell you, it's hard to get more of a confidence boost than striking out the best hitters in the lineup back to back to back. He's looking really sharp right now.
And that brings up Javi Baez.
Count 1-0.
The 1-0.
I'm absolutely shocked he took that pitch right there. Right in the wheelhouse, low 90s heater. That's one you gotta let go on.
2 runs, 4 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Line toward the gap in left center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
The left fielder, number 32, Josh Peterson.
Here's Jock Peterson now. That's a strike to throw down. It's right on the money, and Real Muto got him.
That was great wheels against a great arm behind the plate, and the arm won that time. He's got one of the best catcher arms in all of baseball, and he showed right there why he's a guy you don't want to run on.
2 out, nobody on. A ball and 2 strikes now.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike 3, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside.
The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Cubs are down. Last half of the 7th here, and standing in is the veteran outfielder, Bryce Harper. Ground ball sent back up the middle. There's Baez, and an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow. Now at the plate, Rhys Hoskins. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. And he starts him out with one high and tight, ball 1. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And he fouls this one off. Bases are empty, 1 man out. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
A couple strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at-bat trying to get ahead and put himself at a good hitter's count.
And it's fouled away. Hit to short. Baez has it. Throw gets him. 2 down.
The left fielder, number 7, Matt Joyce.
Into the box, Matt Joyce. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. First pitch on its way.
Hey, this guy's got to be pretty proud of what he's done so far. It's never easy to pitch on the road, but to have this kind of outing in a ballpark that is notoriously known as being hitter-friendly, it's been a treat to watch.
And this is going to get down for what should be extra bases. And there's your potential go-ahead run. And your go-ahead run is in there at second base as he's got himself a 2-out double.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident, driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
Gene Segura will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. Fouled away. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down. High in the air out to center field. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Back with more Monday Night Baseball following this. Chase Anderson will come on in relief now as he'll make his 10th appearance of the season.
Number 25, Chase Anderson.
Digging in next will be Chris Bryant. His lifetime batting line against Chase Anderson. He carries a .310 batting average, and of those hits, 3 of them were of the home run variety. Here's a cutter that's off the plate, 1-1. Loud contact off the bat of Bryant and sent deep to left. And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's the first out.
Up next to the Cubs, the left fielder, David Bodie.
So in now for Chicago, David Bodie. And he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. Ranging back is Herrera, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. Around second now and headed for third. The relay, and he'll make it to third base safely with only 1 out as the go-ahead run.
Of course they feel good about the triple, but I know how managers thinking. He's in the dugout wishing that triple would have come when some guys were on base. They've left a lot of guys out there in this one. We'll see if his teammate can bring him home.
Nico Horner comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. And he powers a cut fastball by him that time, and he's in charge now, 0-2. And he buys himself another pitch as this is fouled away to keep it at 0-2. Here's a line drive into center field. It's a base hit. Coming in to score easily is the runner from third, and they've taken the lead here in the 8th.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
Oh, it especially does, especially when you start to score runs late in the game off of quality pitching. When runs are at a premium, that's one makes you feel really good about yourself.
And there's out number 2.
The center fielder, number 8, Ian Happ.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Ian Happ. Been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Comes set. The 0-1. Here's a shot to right field, and that's going to be in for a base hit. Horner is on his way home. He will score as they extend their lead to 2.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does. And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go, and that'll bring up the outfielder, Odubel Herrera. He's set, and the pitch. He pulls this one into right. And this will be pulled in just in front of the warning track for the first out.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
And the pitch. Getting late, 4-2 our score as we play the 8th inning. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Fouled off. And he fouls this one off.
6 fouls in a row. This is turning into one of those epic at-bats. Who's going to blink first? Is the pitcher going to continue to attack the zone, or is the hitter going to come outside it?
Another foul ball, and this battle will continue. Here's another 0-2. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1.
You find yourself down 0-2 in these situations, it's tough to check your swing right there. That was a nice job.
Started to go. They'll look for the appeal down to third and ring him up, says the third base umpire. He's gone. Dan Winkler enters here looking to get the final out before the 9th inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Howe will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Phillies down in order. Still down by a count of 4-2. All set to start the 9th in this one. And next to hit is the catcher, Wilson Contreras. First pitch on its way. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. And he takes strike 2.
Your idea of working the count goes out the window. You're frustrated right now, down 0-2. Gotta find a way to grind.
Lifted down the line in right and back out of play. Count holds it 0-2. And it's fouled away. Here comes another 0-2. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Back goes Joyce. Still going back. Gone to lead off the inning.
They still have the bottom of the 9th to try and stage a comeback, but one thing that's not coming back is this blast to extend the lead to 3. Nice knowing you've got some room for error, especially on the road.
Here's Javier Baez. as he swings and grounds it toward the hole, and that finds its way through for a base hit.
Hey guys, he's not known for being a singles hitter right here, but that's his second knock of the game. And I'm sure he'll take him, but the guys on the other side of the scorecard might be thinking we really avoided a worse fate.
Matt Duffy will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. He'll start this one at 269. 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
No, inside.
Nobody out, runner on first. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, and that'll get down for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Now that's got to be frustrating right there. You execute a pitch, a nice good pitch right there. Batter's able to get a little lucky, stayed through it, caught it off the end of the bat. Not his best swing, but he's able to find a hole in the outfield.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner, and nearly a 3-run shot. Instead, it's a foul ball, fouled away. Grounded to third. This could be 2. He's got it. 1 there. On to first, and they turn the double play.
Oh, that double play gave him a really good chance to minimize the damage here. 1 run has come across, but now he just has to work to strand that runner at third. Would be pretty huge if he can do that.
Has a look, now the pitch. Behind 0-2 now. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Hit down the third baseline, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. Swing, and there it goes. Deep to left. No chance at bringing this one back. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. 6th home run on the season for him, and the lead is now 7-2. Stepping in now, Nico Horner.
Now batting, second base.
As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. Line toward the alley in left center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. And he will pull into second with a 2-out double.
Wow, his manager must have a lot of faith in him, and I'm not sure why. He's given up 5 hits in this inning alone, and it doesn't look like it's going to come to an end anytime soon.
Jason Hayward is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. Ranging back is Herrera at the track, the wall, and off the batter's eye for a home run. An impressive shot to dead center field. A 2-run home run that time for Jason Hayward, number 14 on the season, as this is now a 7-run ball game. Into the box, Ian Happ.
Number 8. Ian.
Swing and a drive to right center. Hey, that ball's going to be way out of here. Back-to-back home runs. A solo home run here off the bat of Ian Happ. 8th home run on the season for him as they've widened this lead to 8 now. And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. And this is hit hard to the right side, but foul. Back up the middle. And that's through for his first base hit in this one.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is. They're looking to line them, drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case here. Good two-strike adjustment, able to punch a ground ball through a hole for a single.
This, of course, his second appearance in the inning as they've now batted around. And there's strike three, so we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead as the side is retired. All told, 10 men come to the plate here. 6 of them score. On to the bottom of inning number 9. 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Craig Kimbrell will come on to pitch here, and he'll move into the number 5 spot in the lineup now on the double switch. Austin Romine will also enter as a part of the double switch as he'll hit in the 7 hole in the lineup.
Batting 7. Number 7.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. 0-1 the count. And he can't get out of the way there, so the leadoff man will be aboard to open up the inning.
Yeah, I can hear the crowd murmuring now, wondering if he hit him on purpose. But hey, us pitchers need to be able to throw inside, especially when facing hitters as dangerous as he is. Pretty sure this one just got away from him, and hey, that's part of the game.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. But he's going to haul this one in on the run as he winds up just shy of the wall for the first out.
The right fielder, number 3. Right. Harper.
Next to dig in will be Bryce Harper. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Ball 1, no strike.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. One ball, 1 strike to count. Kimbrell has tossed over 30 innings so far this season, and through those innings he's posted a whip a little under 1.5. Certainly something he'd like to improve on. Fouled off. Kimbrell, a right-hander who stands an even 6 feet. He was selected in the 3rd round during the 2008 draft.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
The 1-2. Pulled the string on him. Strike 3 swinging.
Pretty standard pitch sequence right there. Just how you draw it up in a perfect world. Jump ahead 0-2, and then you toss a changeup in the dirt to get him to chase for a strikeout on 3 pitches. If only it were always that easy.
Rhys Hoskins is in with 2 away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike.
And I really don't know how you swing at that. He must have had his mind up he was going to swing as soon as the ball came out of the pitcher's hand.
Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back. A runner on first with 2 away. Philly down to their last strike. And another foul ball. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Count remains at 0-2. Neither guy giving in here, and they'll do it again. And he gets strike 3 called to end it here, and with that, this one is over.
It seemed like everyone had a hand in this win, and that's usually the case when you win a game.